Facing and overcoming challenges often shapes a leader's resilience and resourcefulness. One of the other things that has shaped my career is what I call the to-do. Data protection and compliance was ensured by establishing a robust compliance framework. Reputation and credibility increases through these awards, making it much more easier to attract and retain talent.
Hello and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, brought to you by Directors Institute, World Council of Directors. I'm Sunny Pancholi, and today we are thrilled to be joined by someone whose career has spanned multiple industries and has been defined by a commitment to excellence, ethical leadership, and innovation. Our guest today, Dr. Sriharsha Achar, has played a pivotal role in shaping organizational cultures and driving strategic transformations in companies that are household names. With over 3 decades of experience, he has earned the trust and recognition of peers and industry leaders alike. From transforming the way businesses approach HR and technology to advocating for transparency and good governance, Dr. Achar's journey is a fascinating one, and we are excited to dive deeper into his insights.
Delighted to be here today. Thanks, Sunny Pancholi, and thank you, Directors Institute, for the opportunity to be featured on FaceTime with Leaders.
Great to hear that, sir. So with over 30 years of experience in industries such as manufacturing, IT, health insurance, and many, many more, your career has been a remarkable journey. So I'm curious to know how your leadership style has evolved throughout these diverse roles and experiences, and from navigating challenges to celebrating key milestones. Can you take us through some of the pivotal moments that really shapes the leader you are today?
Sure. Happy to do that. And to my mind, all professionals who are successful in their respective domains or careers or fields or whatever you want to call them are the ones who have not only surmounted organizational challenges and stakeholders' expectations, but have gone beyond, gone that extra mile, thought out of the box consistently to make the difference to the human side of the business. Now, facing and overcoming challenges often shapes a leader's resilience and resourcefulness. For example, tackling a major organizational crisis or navigating through personal hardships can teach very valuable lessons in perseverance and adaptability. To quote an example from my own life, about many, many years ago, I think it was 9/11, 2001, asking 250 people to leave in a span of about 4 weeks perhaps has been my toughest challenge so far. But we did it with a lot of empathy and respect. And even today, those people who we let go then are still in touch and they have done well for themselves in their career. So empathy, compassion, these are all the things that leadership brings to the fore. In fact, this morning also I posted it saying that it's all about dignity, it's restraint, and it's your behavior that finally makes you a good leader. See, over the years, HR has become a passion for me. It's my passion, it's my purpose, it's my panache. And I want to make a difference to people's lives, and I keep looking for opportunities to do so. For me, HR is a way of life, and my humane approach to life, both at the professional level and at the personal level, and my relationship management skills have made me the person I am today. So leaders are shaped by those who challenge their thinking. And many times your mentors and coaches during your lifetime make a lot of difference. For example, one of my bosses in my previous avatars made a scathing remark once saying, when I turned in a report, he said, "This is not Achar standard." I looked at him in the face and I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "Achar is not known for this. He's known for execution. So you better bring out a different report for me." So I'm extremely finicky about the data that goes in, the content, the alignment, the font, the grammar, and I hold others also to a very high standard. One of the other things that has shaped my career is what I call the to-do list. I always carry a small book in my pocket. In today's case, probably the phones have replaced those books, but when thoughts come, सोच कहीं भी आ सकती है, कभी भी आ सकती है, they say, na? So immediately before you even open the system or your phone, it's better to keep a pen and a pad and just make a 1 or 2 liner note there and then transfer it to the system. So sometimes bosses also have this method of setting the expectations in public forums. As if there is an executor, he has to be like Achar. So that then puts the pressure on you to be always good. So key achievements, delivering significant projects, all these, shape your leadership skills over a period of time. One of the interesting things that has happened in my life is growing up in the 70s and 80s is something I wish all of us today had exposure to. Limited resources, no internet, no phones, no computers, limited entertainment, no credit cards, no television, no cars. Life was very different then. Family values, relationships, academics was focus and top priorities. I was very fortunate to have parents who, for that era, were actually ahead of their times. And the discipline and the commitment that was instilled in us through the value system have made us future oriented. So that is perhaps the key reason for outlook I display towards life today. Having been born and brought up in Goa, there's a lot of zest in my life. And the zest for life is very, very high. I believe in 7 words, and these have guided me all throughout my career: respect, trust, flexibility, empowerment, compassion, human sense, and common sense, which is very, very uncommon. So all those who have worked with me in the past are well-placed executives today, and I really feel very happy for them. And it gives me a great sense of pleasure and satisfaction that I have played a part in their success. Does that answer your question?
Absolutely, Dr. Achar. It's clear that these experiences have had a profound impact on your leadership approach as well.
Absolutely. No two thoughts about that. I mean, the principle I follow is be a good human being, everything else falls into place. So if you look at my LinkedIn profile, it says a good human being first, then the rest follows.
Great to hear that. All right, so moving on to the next question. In your time at CISO and CTO at Apollo Munich, you were responsible for safeguarding crucial information systems. So what were some of the most challenging cybersecurity issues you faced, and how did you overcome them?
Cybersecurity at that time was in its nascent stages. But Apollo Munich was one of those early movers in terms of appointing a CISO, which is me. And incidentally, when the CTO left, I was also handed over the role of the CTO to be managed for some time. Luckily, we had an outsourced partner who was a very big name in the country. And learning the ropes was the first challenge. But thanks to the technology background that I have, I was able to navigate the IT and InfoSec world at that point in time. And I must thank the outsourcing team as well as the internal team. See, cyber threats were then also managed proactively by implementing a multi-layered defense strategy. So collaborating with cyber experts, conducting regular penetration testing to stay ahead of potential vulnerabilities is there. In today's context, these cyber threats have gained a different proportion altogether. Data protection and compliance was ensured by establishing a robust compliance framework. Insider threats are always there, and those had to be mitigated through regular training programs, right? Now, building a scalable security system would include policies, automating routine security tasks, and integrating cybersecurity considerations into all business decisions. See, awareness and adoption are two things that need continuous focus, even then, even now. And the same thing holds good for today. So nothing can be left to chance in today's context. And technology has become both a boon as well as a bane, as we are all seeing, with the kind of cybersecurity incidents that are happening in the country. Today's cybersecurity, of course, is at a very different level and has also become a niche skill in itself. And the DPDP Act, which is soon going to become a law, will add teeth to data protection and security, in my view. So the future for data security is great. The vulnerabilities will be there, but then how best we can use technology to make sure we are covered is going to be key to the success of cybersecurity. That's my view.
You know, it's fascinating to hear how you navigated such complex and high-stakes situations, Dr. Achar. The challenges in cybersecurity are often unseen, but very, very critical. And your approach really sheds light on the strategic depth needed in these roles.
Yeah, I mean, consistency is key. And in today's context, what are the 3 most important things? It's your talent, it's your technology, it's your transformation. So keep transforming talent, keep transforming technology, and keep transforming transformation. And then you have it right. Get the right people. I think the next set of questions probably will answer whatever you're trying to probe at this point in time.
Absolutely. So let's move ahead. You have played a pivotal role as a member of the management board in shaping the strategic direction of multiple organizations. So, with your extensive leadership experience, particularly in HR, IT, and business excellence, how have you strategically aligned these areas with the overarching vision of the organizations you have been part of?
Yeah, I mean, that question has directly led to this. There are four elements to this. One is HR has always focused on building a culture aligned with the vision. Whether it is the talent, whether it is identifying and nurturing leaders, whether it is implementing initiatives that connect employees to the vision and championing diverse perspectives to enhance decision making. That's the HR part of it. IT has always, under my tutelage, has focused on enabling the vision through the technology. See, in today's context, with a lot of millennials, Gen Zs coming into the system, purpose, values makes a lot of importance. So this has to be communicated regularly. So leveraging technology to enhance operational efficiency, customer engagement, and product innovation in alignment with strategic goals is extremely important. Analytics is playing a great role in today's context. And using HR tech solutions to streamline all these processes, such as recruitment, performance management, learning and development, fosters that alignment between people and goals. Now, what does business excellence do in all this? Business excellence is focused on embedding continuous improvement, whether it is Six Sigma, whether it is your ISO 9000 certifications, BS certifications, lean, whatever you want to call them. Breaking down the silos between the various departments, including cross-functional teams, ensuring excellence initiatives prioritize the end user, have all been the part of the strategy related to HR, technology, and business development. Now, finally, how does the strategic alignment happen across HR, IT, business excellence that reflects the overall larger vision? For instance, IT investments should directly impact employee productivity and customer satisfaction. How many of us think like that? Now, using technology and HR systems to cascade the vision across the organization is extremely important. So leading change initiatives that align with the vision, ensuring smooth transition takes place. So this is how we can integrate talent, technology, and transformation.
It's fascinating to hear how you managed to connect all these complex areas.
Well, I think that I must also thank the organizations for giving me the opportunity to dabble with a lot of stuff. So one of the things that I've done is whenever I have joined an organization, they would ask me, what is your first step? I said, in the first 100 days, I need to hire my successor. So eyebrows used to go up. I said, why? Because I've done this, been there. I need to look at other things in the organization. It's not that just because I'm an HR person, just focus on HR person. I have a technology background. I have a business excellence background. So let's use these. There's always somebody, I'm always available to fall back on if something does not happen the way it needs to happen. But the other guy can play my role. I can play my boss's role. My boss can play his boss's role. So that was basically the philosophy with which I approached life.
Incredible, incredible. Dr. Achar, 72 awards and honors are like no small feat. So, looking back at your remarkable career, some of these accolades must hold a special place in your heart. So, could you share with us which ones have been particularly meaningful to you and how they have influenced your journey as a leader? Also, what lessons or insights did you take from these moments of recognition that have shaped the way you lead today?
Well, throughout my career, several moments of recognition have been particularly meaningful, serving not only as milestones, but also as learning experiences. These have profoundly influenced my journey as a leader. Being acknowledged for leadership excellence reinforced the importance of leading with purpose, integrity, and empathy. It's not about me, it's about the people. Now, receiving accolades for driving innovation and operational excellence highlighted the value of continuous improvement, again, business excellence. Now, being recognized within multiple industries, whether it is the IT, BPO, healthcare, health insurance, for a very long time, I've been associated with these four industries. Now, how these moments have shaped my leadership approach? Each recognition reinforced the understanding that leadership is a collective effort and the success belongs to the team and the organization. So recognition shifted my focus from individual achievement to creating lasting, meaningful impact for the organizations and communities that I worked for. Awards and accolades are milestones, but the journey of learning and adapting and growing, in my view, never ends. So learning is a lifetime experience. Internal validation is always good. However, external validation is that mirror that shows you the real review. Further, the organization's reputation and credibility increases through these awards, making it much more easier to attract and retain talent. Now, very specifically, if you want to ask me, under my HR leadership and under the leadership of the entire team at Apollo Munich, we featured in the Great Places to Work list 9 times between 2011 and 2019. That is what I cherish the most. Why I cherish the most is because of the consistency. To me, that is extremely important. Consistency and not just a flash in the pan. So leadership, in my view, also is all about consistency. So that has been my learning from these awards and accolades.
Absolutely, absolutely. Amazing achievements and truly inspiring, truly.
Yes, sir.
All right. So moving ahead, with the world becoming increasingly dependent on technology, how do you believe business leaders can effectively leverage IT and digital strategies, not just to stay competitive, but truly excel in their industries, while also ensuring ethical standards and transparency remain at the forefront?
Yeah. You used a couple of very, very important words. Now, business leaders can leverage IT and digital strategies to excel in their industries while ensuring ethical standards and transparency by adopting a forward thinking, principled approach. I always keep joking with a lot of people. I said, I come from the analog world and now I'm into the AI world. So 65 to 2025 is about 60 years. And I've seen the time when it used to take 15 years to get a telephone line to today's context, where in 15 minutes you can get your cell phone line activated. So technology should be a means to achieve the organization's vision and not just a trend to follow. Most organizations have fallen into this trap. They are doing it, so we will do it. But then, do you really need to do that? It's good to have technology, but it's also you need to have technology that you need, not what you want, right? So leaders must align digital initiatives with strategic goals. They must invest in technologies to allow businesses to pivot quickly. Because in today's context, what is happening is 5 generations are at work, 5G, but market movement is at 6G speed. So go to market is extremely important from the viewpoint of harnessing that particular technology that you want. जो है उसमें से काम कर लो, and in the meanwhile keep looking for better things to do, because transitioning from one technology to other also has become that much more easier in today's context. So there's a lot of hula hoop about AI and ML and all that. A lot of things are in its infancy. There are high end industries which are already using that. But over a period of time, I think it will take another 1 or 2 years, not even saying 5 years, for AI and ML to become an integral part of the whole ecosystem as far as IT is concerned. Data is extremely important because we've seen a lot of stuff going around as far as vulnerability is concerned. Hackers are using this data to their advantage. There is a lot of give and take which is happening. I mean, the data is stolen and then people are asked to provide money. Digital platforms need to be extremely secure. Now, by placing ethics and transparency at the core of the digital strategy, business leaders can not only stay competitive, but build lasting trust and differentiation in the market, is my view. So use the technology that is there. Don't think of the technology that is yet to come, because everything is in beta mode in the current scenario. So set performance indicators that measure not only profitability, but also your ethical impact, customer trust scores, and sustainability metrics, because ESG is going to become extremely important in the coming weeks and months. That's my view.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's fascinating to hear how IT and digital strategies play a crucial role in shaping the future of businesses.
Absolutely. Very true. Very true. It is the backbone, literally the back, like the body. It is the backbone. Anything happens to L1,
Absolutely.
L2, L3, you have a problem.
Yeah, I could not agree more. Yes. Great. All right. So moving ahead, you have achieved so much throughout your careers, but what lies ahead for you? I mean, looking towards the future, what are your personal and professional aspirations, and how do you envision your journey evolving in the years to come?
Well, I opted for early retirement. I was very clear what I wanted to do. Looking ahead, my journey will continue to focus on creating meaningful impact, both professionally and personally. I aspire to share my knowledge. 60 is just a number. I keep telling I'm 21 with 39 years of experience. So that knowledge which is there between the years has to be shared more widely through writing, speaking engagements, mentoring, coaching, and taking on the role of independent directors in on company boards. That is where you can add a lot of value to organizations. Now, I just authored a book, got released on the 1st of December. Achar Ke Vichar is my blog that I do on LinkedIn and Facebook. My coaching foray, I have a few clients who have started with me, are just the beginning. Now, I aim to inspire individuals and organizations on showcasing how stories and leadership lessons can drive transformation and resilience. Mentorship and leadership development are extremely close to my heart, deeply important to me. And I hope to empower future leaders by probably teaching at various management institutes over the next few years, as long as my health permits me to do it. Currently, yes. So looking forward, at least for the next 5 years, then take a rain check 5 years later, and then see if you can go on for another 5 years. Ultimately, what do you want to do? You want to leave a lasting legacy. No? Whether it is through the organizations I have shaped, the leaders I have mentored, or the ideas that I've shared, my goal is to make a difference to people's lives and contribute to a better world. So this is an exciting phase for me. And I believe I'm now ready to walk into the greatest season of my life.
And we are also excited to hear about your future plans, Dr. Achar.
Right? I mean, I call it ABCDE. A for Achar Ke Vichar. I want to continue with that. B for the book. C for coaching, which I'm doing. D for directorships. And E for education. I've covered pretty
Wow.
much that. I call it ABCDE.
Wow. Great. A different meaning to the letters of ABCD. Great, man. Okay. Very inspiring, though. You have been deeply involved in shaping corporate governance practices throughout your career, Dr. Achar. So, from your experience, how can organizations create a governance framework that not only ensures compliance, but also foster a culture of integrity and transparency within the company?
So creating a governance framework requires comprehensive values-driven approach. So in the organizations that I worked for, we've always made sure that values come right on top, and everything that we do is related to the vision, mission, philosophy, and values of the organizations. Unless leaders consistently model ethical behavior and transparency, reinforcing the importance of integrity becomes that much more difficult. Now, I follow a principle: do what you document, and document what you do. So there is a consistency. There is no need for somebody to be coming in later and getting trained by somebody who is moving out. You have those documents ready, so the person knows exactly what to do. So everything has to be documented. That is very sure. I mean, the law says in India that the more documentation you have, the easier it is to make a decision. So most organizations err here in the sense that they will send some email, warning letter, and then everybody forgets where that email goes. It's not there in the file. Then it becomes difficult to deal with. Then unethical practices creep in. Now, one has to develop clear policies, clear training framework, and compliance is something that needs to be taught across levels and has to be part of induction everywhere. So all key decisions, transparency in the organization is also very important for people to understand where your organization is going. So if you keep hiding the information, they will get it from somewhere. Rather than that, I have always believed in being an open book. Get the wearer of the shoe knows where it pinches. And I always say that people sitting in 24 degrees Celsius cannot take decisions about people working in 48 degrees Celsius. So we are sitting in our ivory towers trying to decide what a person in Kothrood or some place will do near Pune. Not possible sitting in Chennai or sitting in Gurgaon. One has to be in the trenches to understand what is happening. So for that, you have to reward and recognize ethical behavior. So if somebody has done a good job, recognize it. If somebody has not done a good job, chastise it. So by integrating compliance into the organizational culture, that's the only way you can foster a culture of integrity and transparency within the company. That's my view. We've done it in the past. I continue to do it, and probably will also ensure that if I'm on the boards of organizations going future, we will ensure that it is done with the letter and spirit that it needs to be done.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's clear that building a governance structure with integrity and transparency requires more than just policies. It's about instilling a culture that values ethical leadership.
Walking the talk. Leaders have to walk the talk.
Absolutely.
Do as I do, not do as I say. Because I may do something different.
Rightly said, rightly said. All right. So that brings us to the last question of the podcast. And here it is. So, yeah. So could you share your experience with Directors Institute and how it has contributed to your professional growth and career progression?
Well, it took me quite some time to make this decision. And I think it's a good decision that I've made. I've just started with my journey with Directors Institute, and it has currently provided me a platform for continuous learning, which I've always been advocating, networking, and leadership development, because I've been talking to a lot of people, understanding what's going on in the world. I think the Directors Institute will deepen my understanding of boardroom operations, although I'm a veteran of about 50, 60 board meetings over the last so many years, always on the other side of the table, not on the side I want to sit now. So governance structures and the strategic responsibilities of a director, I completely understand. I've been exposed to case studies, discussions on corporate governance challenges, and all these have equipped me to navigate complex scenarios with confidence and integrity. What this program will do is it will help sharpen my ability to align organizational objectives with long-term value creation, understand the importance of ESG, other factors, compliance, and areas critical to modern business leadership. Other benefits which will come will include networking with industry leaders, collaborative learning, cross-industry insights, leadership development, mentorship opportunities. I could become a mentor, or somebody could become a mentor for me. And there is no, I always believe in, reverse mentoring also, because I've had so many of them during my career. It's not that, I was born with technology knowledge. No, over a period of time, a lot of youngsters have helped me, including latest my grandson, who is helping me with understanding what reels are, right? So the Institute has definitely reinforced the importance of continuous education in a rapidly evolving corporate landscape. I think this will be the cornerstone in my journey towards becoming a well-rounded leader who balances strategic vision with ethical governance. And in this particular context, the leader in me means the independent director in me. Answers your question?
Absolutely. And I hope that Directors Institute plays a pivotal role in shaping your leadership journey ahead.
Inshallah.
Great. It's been an absolute pleasure hearing your journey and the invaluable insights you have shared with us today.
Thank you.
So from your leadership across industries to your dedication to corporate governance, your story is not only inspiring, but a testament to the power of continuous learning and the impact of strong ethical leadership. So as we wrap up, I am sure our viewers are walking away with new perspectives and ideas that they can apply in their own careers. So thank you once again. Thank you for being with us on FaceTime with Leaders and for sharing such a rich and thoughtful conversation.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
And to our audiences, we look forward to seeing how your future journey continues to inspire and transform industries. Until next time, stay tuned, stay inspired, and keep leading the way. Thank you so much. Have a nice time.